Good morning, and welcome to our time of meditation. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz, the senior minister here at Unity of Tucson, and this is the practice that we engage in each Sunday morning for centering, for deepening awareness, for quieting. It is Sunday, June 21st, 2020. It is the summer solstice, and what a magnificent opportunity to celebrate the light on the day in the Northern Hemisphere on which we have the most daylight hours. So today, let us settle in for this time together as I engage in leading us through the meditative practice and also an extended affirmative prayer in service to the light within each and every one of us. Let's begin. I invite you to allow yourself to settle into your space and choose to acknowledge the space you inhabit as sacred. If it works for you to light a candle or dim the lights, you're welcome to do so. What I've come to understand is that my decision that a space is sacred is oftentimes enough. For I know that there is no place where God is not, and so I allow myself to settle into the notion that God is right where I am at all times, and so every space I inhabit is sacred. It starts in mind. Allow yourself to acknowledge the sacred space you inhabit right here and right now, with an intellectual idea first, and letting that idea settle into your heart space. As you do this, gently allow yourself to do a quick check-in with your physical presence, your body, checking in to see if there are any places where you might be holding on to any unnecessary tension, and simply inviting that tension to melt away. The decision can be enough. The decision is enough. Gently invite your body to let any tension melt away. As the tension dissipates and you find yourself in a relaxed, comfortable state, begin to turn your focus toward the breath. The easeful flow of breath in its natural rhythm, allowing it to simply unfold. There's no need to force. Just simply become aware that the breath is happening. Gentle inhale and a gentle exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Deepening into the awareness of the breath happening, acknowledging in this moment that it represents the infinite circulation of spirit. For spirit is infused in all things. And so the breath magnificently represents the spirit. The breath is literal inspiration. Inspiration. In spirit. Easefully, gently, allow yourself to be receptive to the sound of my voice. There's nothing you need do except decide that you are open to the words I speak. If at any time you find yourself wandering away, you can gently return back to the sound of my voice or a focus on the breath. It's up to you. I do know there is only one infinite power. There is only one infinite presence. There is only one source. There is God and nothing else. There is God and nothing else. I recognize this infinite power as the source of my experience of life and the experience of life for all. The divine is magnificently unfolding itself in terms of creation, and everything that exists is part of this infinite wholeness. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life and the lives of all, right here, right now. I choose in this moment to deepen into that infinite sea of receptivity. I deepen my understanding of this infinite power and presence, being part of and expressing as the wholeness of my life. And I trust this is so for everyone. The goodness of this loving flow is absolutely unstoppable. Knowing there is no separation, I understand that that makes my particular unique expression of goodness absolutely unstoppable. And I acknowledge and recognize and know the goodness of all. I trust in the perfection of divinity flowing forth as each and every person I encounter. I see nothing but the face of God in, through, and as everyone. I recognize and know that there are no exceptions, for there is no place where God is not. God is all there is nothing else. And so everything I see, everything beyond my sight, everything is divine. For this I am in deep gratitude. I allow gratitude to well up and overflow from within, and know that gratitude becomes the fuel in that infinite creative engine that is God. I actively acknowledge the good in this moment and in every moment. I trust, I know, and I allow the perfection of my physical presence to be known more effectively and more easily as this world. I know that everything is in perfect alignment. Every cell of my body is perfectly aligned with, in, and as the good. It is all rooted in love, as love, perfectly embodied love, flowing forth. I know that this perfection expresses itself beyond the physical barriers of my understanding of self. I know that there is an energetic self that extends past my physical body and creates a field of love, that bubble of perfection. Everywhere I go, It is sourced and centered at my heart. And it intermingles with the love and the care and the joy of every single person whom I encounter. For we are all love embodied and expressed. There can be no separation. There is only perfect wholeness. There is only perfect integrity. There is only divine, right, forward-moving momentum. And so I know that my life is animated as the life of God. And this is the truth of all. Everything that exists is the animated life of divinity. And so I trust and know that my life is unfolding more magnificently in this moment, and in this moment, and in this moment. Consistently unfolding itself in terms of creation. That is the truth. And it shows up infinitely in every aspect of being. And so I know that I am assured the infinite abundance of the universe in every activity and in every expression. The nature of abundance is mine, for it is the nature of my beingness, as it is for all people. So the nature of abundance is the truth for all people. We are living in an abundant universe. We are expressing abundantly, infinitely at all times. I relax into this notion and I trust in the perfect flow of this abundance. I trust in this notion that there is absolutely no separation, and so I recognize the abundance that is my own physical presence. I know there is no place where God is not. And so infinite nature is expressing by means of me. Infinite nature is expressing beautifully, easefully, and effortlessly. And so I am in the consistent flow of good. I remain in circulation with a magnificent life force. I know that I am always led aright. No matter what, I am always on the right path. I am always expressing rightly. I know that there is absolutely no separation from this goodness. There is no separation from this wholeness. And so I easily acknowledge this truth for all, for everyone. I relax into this and I allow this to be at the forefront of my thinking process. I trust. I know. I allow. I know that there is a magnificent creative source that is coursing through every experience of my life, and every experience of my life is infinitely creative. And so I resonate with joy and in joy for the perfect expression of creation in every way. I know that my life unfolds brilliantly as unique, individualized creation. And so, I let this creative source be at the core. I trust in it. I allow it. I gratefully acknowledge the truth of this creative nature at the core of all. I know that my vocation is rooted in this creative nature. It's not just the job. It is not just my decision about the way I occupy my time. Although I trust and know that those things are perfectly expressed from that infinite creative nature at the core of my being. And this is so for all. And so I am always, always in alignment with that which serves my highest, my best. And I trust this is so for everyone. We are, each and every one of us, perfectly aligned, unfolding magnificently expressing our inherent, abundant, and infinite creative nature in every activity, in every area of our life. And so I welcome more flow. I welcome more good. I know that there is an infinite abundance available to me, and so I simply allow it to be the core of my conscious awareness. I let this be the truth, and this understanding be my understanding for all that is, for everyone and everything. I acknowledge the good. I acknowledge the flow. I know that everything is in alignment with my perfect expression of health. Every cell of my body is perfectly aligned with the magnificence of goodness. I relax into this moment, and I trust in the unfolding of this perfect perfection as my physical presence. I know that I am born of an original idea that is absolutely untouched by anything in the world of form. And so I allow that original idea of perfection to flow forth as the expression of my physical beingness. For I know the physical is the perfect unfoldment of the spiritual. And there are no mistakes in spirit. There is only pure perfection. I trust this. I know this. Easefully I acknowledge this goodness in everything. And I know that this goodness expresses itself in the relationships of my life. I know there is absolute perfection in every relationship, every recognition of love that I carry for the people in my life. Whether I acknowledge them as intimate, close relationships, or less so, I know that every relationship is the relationship of the divine with itself. For as I look on the faces of every single person I encounter, I see only the face of God. I recognize only the divine perfection. This is how I choose to experience and express life. I know there is no separation. I see the face of God in everyone. Divine perfection is the truth of everyone. And I know that that divine perfection attracts to me that which is in the greatest alignment with my experience of relationship. I know that everyone who is in my sphere are the perfect people to be in that sphere. And I trust this is true for every single person. That we are always aligned with and unfolding as perfect relationship. And I know that the infinite core of that relationship is God knowing God. God is always knowing God. God is always greeting God. I recognize the divine perfection in everyone whom I encounter, and I know that this is true for everyone who encounters me, that they recognize my divine perfection. And so I live in the infinite namaste of life. The divine perfection in me unfolding and expressed recognizes and knows the divine perfection in all. I gently and beautifully give gratitude for all of this. It is with and in gratitude that I simply relax into the perfect unfoldment of these ideas as my life. I know that gratitude is the core fuel in this magnificent engine of creation, and so I know that my word spoken here is a word that creates. For every word I speak is a word that creates. My thoughts are prayers, my words are prayers. Everything is creative, for I am a creative, infinite beingness of spiritual energy. And so, with gratitude, I simply step out of the way, trust, know, and allow the perfect unfoldment of this idea, of this notion, and of these concepts. I let it be so, and trust and know that it is so, and so it is. Amen. I invite you, in your own time, at your own pace, to find your way back to the room you inhabit, gently allowing yourself to become aware of your physical presence in that room, recognizing that the physical presence is an energetic presence in that room, and you decide what energy you express. You decide the nature of the vibration you express. I am in deep gratitude for all that is, and I allow that gratitude to be at the forefront of my thinking here and now, to always unfold magnificently. When it's safe and comfortable for you to do so, if you'd like to open your eyes, allow yourself the luxury of a stretch, a smile. Give yourself a hug and allow yourself to be motivated by this notion all day and in every moment. You are love. You are light. You are life. You are magnificent. Namaste.